when we do our Monday nights and how that sort of goes about. So I thought, well, hey, I'll just do an impromptu right now, unannounced live stream and use my system to send out the text to alert people, hey, I'm live if you want to join me. So I thought this would just be a fun little exercise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to YouTube, which is usually where my live streams are going. And let me pull it up here so you can see it. Well, that's the pre-roll right there. And that's the wrong one. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Reagan makes fun of me all the time because there's only so many buttons, Dad. How come you can't get this right? So I'm going to go to my channel real quick. And over here, it should see that I'm live right now. I'm streaming. Boom. And so if I hit this, I should see myself. And boom, there I am. And if you guys, as you come in and you join me, you're going to be in this little text box right here. That's where you'll be showing up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit the share button and I'm going to copy the link right here to my live stream that I'm doing. And then I'm going to go back over in here into my CRM Max by TW3, and I'm just going to schedule an SMS. Okay. And I'm going to send out a text real quick. Let's just stretch that out so you can see it a little bit better. Select an SMS. So I'm going to create a new one. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'll just create a new one real quick. And the title will be Join Me. And I'll put the date, today's date, which is February 16th to January, February 02, 16, 21. And I'll put, hey, and then the first name, because they're in my form here. So I'll just put their first name here, insert. Right there, right? I'm streaming live right now and taking questions. Want to earn more from home? Find a new job? Or something else? Join me. And join me now because I'm actually doing this right now. Okay. And then I just put in the thing. Now I am a little bit over, so I'm going to have to do something like take out some text so it fits within 160 characters. All right. Boom, 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 boom. And let me make sure that that didn't get cut off. So let me just go over here and repaste that just to make sure. And I'm going to say add that to my SMS. So I'm just going to click there. And when I do that, through the power of the internet, nothing between my ears, this is what should happen. So right there. So I'm going to go to broadcast now. It's there. Join me. Right there's the thing. I'm going to go to broadcast. And I'm just going to send that out. Boom. Right there. I'm going to send it out to everybody. Boom. So I'm not even going to schedule. See, I could filter it because of all the people that's in our CRM. How did they come? Did they come through, a coaching channel? Did they come through looking for a job channel? So I'm going to send it out to about 2,900 people, and I'm going to say send now. Okay. And then it will cycle through. It takes just a few seconds, and it'll start pumping that out a few hundred every so often. See right there, total complete 100, 200, and it's just sending it out. That text is going out. And so what should happen is people will then start populating over here on this side of the aisle. Now, I might have 5 people because I'm in the middle of the day, unannounced on Tuesday. I might have 1 person, who knows? But that's how I do it. And let me get over here so it doesn't look so weird to you. Okay. And let me delete that. And so that's how I send out a ton of text and get people on the live stream at the last second. And so if you're doing any type of training, coaching, now of course it's ill-advised to do it last minute like this. Of course, sometimes these little pop-up things are nice and people enjoy them. But if you want to have an audience, of course, you want to plan for it. And then you want to, what I typically do is send it out a couple of days in advance. Hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm talking about. Come join us. And then I send a text after the fact to let them know. But that's how our CRM, I use our CRM basically to drive people to any live stream I'm doing. And typically what we're doing is we're live streaming our podcast. Okay. And I typically, I stream it on both Facebook and YouTube. Now, YouTube is the platform for our live stream that we spend the most time, energy, and what we've been on. We have just in the last few months started simulcasting on the Facebook side as well, but all of the live chats and stuff and what we're paying attention to is happening over on YouTube. So I have to be cognizant and just every once in a while check over on the Facebook page to see if people are watching me there. But typically there's no comments. All the comments and action is happening over on YouTube. But we do put it over there for our channel as well. So that's how I'm using our CRM. That what you just saw can be programmed. So when people come into a forum, they buy something from me, they ask a question, anything that would have to do with me wanting to communicate via text, I can do it in real time like I just did. I can program it. I can send out mass text, or I can actually go to because in my CRM, I have tagged every person that's in there. You know, how did I come in contact with them? Did I come in contact with them through the means of the podcast, through some sort of ad that they responded to that's out on the internet, through social media engagement? How do I know that person? How did they get involved with me? So that's they're earmarked. And so then when I want to send out a mass text or email like I just did, I can isolate specifically to that person. Now there, I just took the last 2,900 people that joined us in that particular funnel that I had in the last month is how long that funnel's been. And I sent them all out because everybody within that particular text group and in that CRM that I've got set up is explicitly for working from home as a business opportunity or growing an existing business. So that's the context of those leads and how I've come in contact with them there. So what I just highlighted was our CRM. That's just one facet of it. The texting part of it I love because it basically makes text a lot like what MailChimp does to email. And the thing I love about text, yes, it's more expensive, but engagement wise, 99.9% of people, they're going to see their text. Email is still powerful, and I'm getting a 30% open rate on my email, which I'm very proud of. But 30% versus 100% almost, still. So sometimes I'll use email because it's so much cheaper. But if it's a last minute thing like this, or, I've sent out the email a couple days prior and now I'm wanting to just sort of focus in and, hey, this is what we're doing. You want to join us? I will use text in that response. So if you're on with us, you got any questions either on the Facebook side or the YouTube side, be more than happy to answer your questions. If not, I'm going to jump off of here. But I just wanted to illustrate that because that was a question from a member that's starting to do their own webinars and podcasts and things of that nature. And they wanted to get an illustration of how we're using the CRM to drive the traffic to our Monday nights. And that's the other thing, when you start doing even though podcast is an on-demand forum, okay, and that's why I love podcasts, because you can listen to it anytime you want. And to be honest with you, 90% of our audience is listening to our podcast after the fact. They're not listening live, okay, because the nature of the way people consume media now, it's on demand. You don't have to, tune in, appointment television and appointment content is almost a thing of the past. However, there's a core group of about 100 to 200 people that like to banter back and forth and chat, and they like the live chat component to our live stream. And so to do that and to make it to where everybody can plan for it, you want to, if you're doing things like that, you want to be consistent on, okay, we do this whenever, at what time, that way people can plan for it. You will build a better and bigger audience that are consuming your stuff live if you will do it that way. Like I said, if I got one or two people, even though I just sent this out to 3,000 people, and even though these people are highly engaged with me, the fact that I'll get a couple people, okay, in the middle of a day unannounced will be highly suspect and unlikely. So when you're doing live streams and when you're wanting to build an audience, you want to do that at a consistent time of the day. Okay. You can pop up like this from time to time. It makes it fun. I've done this at midnight before where I'll just pop up, hey, anybody got any questions? And it's amazing how some people will definitely engage later at night because they're just laying in bed and watching their phone or something like that. And so you can get those. But it looks like we got a few people on the Facebook side and a couple people over on the YouTube side. So good to have you guys, and sorry to interrupt your day like this, but I just wanted to put this out there. What I just did, if you're joining us late, I just illustrated how we use our CRM, the text component to it, to send out mass text to alert people, hey, we're going live, if they want to join us. So that's the reason for this. So, and just so you can see, I can go over here and just show you that report real quick. Let me get over here. I can show you, let's see here. I got to go back down here to where you can see my screen, and we can see it has been sent to 357 people thus far out of the 2,900. So, you know, the longer I stay on here, probably the more people we're going to have joining us because they're just getting the text and stuff like that. So that's the other thing. Doing it last minute like this rather than having it programmed is going to be a little difficult to get people on all at one time as well. So anyway, good stuff. Hey, Nancy, how are you? I see you over on the Facebook side. Good to see you. I'm illustrating our CRM and how the text component works. So that's what I'm doing here. So good to see you over on Facebook. And looking over here on YouTube, we got a couple people watching. Like I said, it'll take people a moment to get in, because out of the 3,000 texts I sent out last minute, only about 350 of them have got it so far. But that's how you drive your engagement. And the text, that text to send out to 3,000 people through our CRM is going to cost me about $4 or $5. Just so you know, that's what it cost. And but it's worth it to drive a live stream if you're wanting to do something to drive up your audience. So that's the reason you want to do that. We're doing great, doing good. Good to see you. John Ash, good to see you. He's always popping in and liking live stuff. We call John Lime Green. Good to have you, John. We are live, baby, taking questions. So if you guys have got questions, I'm just buying time to let other people in as they get that text that I just illustrated. I'm having to go back and forth between YouTube and Facebook to make sure I'm connecting with everyone. All right. So is everybody staying warm out there? Up in Chicago, yeah. Good night. Yeah, 1 degrees. Can't believe it. That's some cold stuff. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Yeah. It's okay. Monday night, this coming Monday, we've got Entrepreneur on Fire, John Lee Dumas. So you'll definitely want to check out. That's going to be episode 454. That's going to be a great one. So make sure you get on for that. If you never heard of John Lee Dumas, I encourage you to go over to Entrepreneur on Fire. I'm going to be helping him promote his new book. It is a great book. I've read the first chapter, and I'm going to give him a hard time because he basically, in his first chapter of his book, got to the heart of a matter that it took me about my third chapter to get into, which is basically how to get into putting a paycheck with your passion, okay, and what it takes, you know, and how that comes about. And so he got right into it right up front. So I'm very appreciative of that. Very articulate person, very well spoken, very smart guy too, and very driven. I love John Lee and his stuff. And so you'll check him out over at Entrepreneur on Fire. That's John Lee Dumas. He's going to be with us this coming Monday night, episode 454. If you missed the live stream, you can, of course, catch it in Stitcher. You can also catch it on iTunes. And, of course, at my website, terrywilson3.com. So, yeah, good stuff. All right, guys. Well, good to see Nancy. Good to see you, John. Good to see you. Good to see everyone over on the other side. We were just, I wanted to illustrate that. I don't want to belabor this or hold everybody up, but someone had sent in a question, Terry, can you show how to use that? And so I'm just going to create a video real quick and send that to them. So hope everyone stays warm out there. For you guys out in Texas, that your power keeps cutting off. Our prayers and thoughts are with you, because I know when it's cold, that's not the time you want to be losing power for sure. So I understand how frustrating that can be. So anyway, good to have everyone on tonight. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you help us get the word out that John's going to be with us Monday night, because I think it's going to be very inspirational to a lot of people. So hope you guys do well. Good to see you, Nancy, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.